Hi, I'm Brendan Fehr.
And I'm Majandra Delfino. A decade or two ago,
Closer to 3, really.
a while back, we starred in the cult hit WB show Roswell.
And while we are in fact ex-co-stars, we are also actual exes. In real life.
Boyfriend and girlfriend exes.
Unnecessary clarification. But welcome to the X-Files, where we analyze all things Roswell. Episodes, co-stars, guest stars, and all the goings-on in front of the camera and behind the scenes.
In our probe, we may or may not agree, we may or may not get along, but if our history is any indication, we will most certainly dig up old stuff from the past and throw down. With guests, old and new, weighing in on who was right and who was wrong.
Oh, if we remember it, we're going to talk about it.
And if we don't remember, it's all good, because I kept my teenage diary to cross-reference, corroborate, confirm.
Wait, what?
Correct. So be prepared to pick a side.
Your actual diary, like, for real.
Having a change of heart?
More like a change of underwear.
Welcome
to the X-Files.
Well, top of the morning to you.
Boy, whenever you start with that well, just so like, oh, well, look what I found here, as if you didn't expect to see me.
I didn't expect to look like this when I saw myself on camera this morning.
That's what it really is. It's you being like, well, hello.
Well, I'm just looking at myself going, well,
Hello, sir.
I've
never met you before.
I have this cream that I put on.
Mm-hmm.
And it leaves it like, it's not good. It leaves little, I don't know what, like white specks all over because of something in it. Like it doesn't emulsify enough and it's just not. And
yeah,
now
it's got like bad blendability.
And now I'm just kind of looking at, what's going on with life.
Now, real quick.
Brendan got rode hard and put away wet last night, but not in a good way.
But every time you're shocked to see it. Well, hello. To self.
It's true.
Now, you know how there's always like those guys that are like, well, I don't put moisturizer on because then your body gets used to it. And then and it's like, no, that's not how. Do you say that? Did I just touch a nerve?
No, I do use some lotion, cream or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, 4 times a week. But I just wash my face with my bar soap, with my Irish Spring. And that's the end of it.
Now, have you ever heard that a way to get out mice from your home is to shave Irish Spring, little shavings, and leave it in corners? I had heard this. I did this. And I left the whole bar out. Mm-hmm. And I came back and mice had eaten the bar of Irish Spring. It seems it attracted the mice instead of... Isn't that wild? Like, what a fuck you to that concept that they're like, I'm going to eat it. Not only is it not detracting me, I'm going to ingest it.
They've morphed. What is the like virus bacteria?
They have Irish accents.
They're
now
they
elves,
come in with like
a
top of the morning teas.
Exactly. Little rainbows sprouting everywhere.
But what is this?
He's still on his face. He's still thinking about the face. That's your nose. I know.
No one else is on it.
That's why it's so dry.
That was my 3 to 4 times a week of moisturizing.
It was my mask. It was my weekly mask.
Oh.
Now, this is not, but there is a very popular skincare brand that uses this snail mucilin.
Okay. What is that?
It's like the
slime of the snail?
Yeah, that reminded me of that.
The snail trail?
That would be a great just name for A skincare company. Just let's call it what it is.
Exactly.
But yeah, what were you saying? What is this? You're pointing at your nose.
Yeah, no, there was just a little, I don't know. I can't tell what this, my whole lighting setup, I had to change it for an audition. And then a light fell and broke just before the audition. And so then this whole room is an absolute, usually it's a little tidier and I just yeah. So anyways.
Yeah.
Get off my face, can't breathe. Here we go.
And everyone can see. I'm like, we do have video. We can see no one in your face.
Exactly. I know. Well, it's also earlier in the morning for me. I tried to wake up a little early so I didn't have sleepy face, but I think I got.
So normally someone would be on your face, but it's just too early.
It's just too
early. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I love it.
What else has been going on? How are the?
Not much,
No,
just
I know. The weather out there?
old.
It snowed here the other day.
Yeah, it's been very snowy, very pretty. Polar. What's it called? Polar Express.
Polar vortex?
Yes. Came in. It's just like once you're acclimated, it's all kind of the same. You're like, I guess it's a little colder.
My sister and mom came down to visit, and I think it's the coldest that it's ever been here.
Ooh.
We got down to I think it was one of the last Tuesdays. It got down to 1.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it was like cold. Dry, so kind of easy, it wasn't wet, but yeah, it was very, very cold.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Because usually you can get into the low 20s here. And you're
but you guys had that big thing come in, right?
I guess.
You guys also...
What is the big thing?
The Arctic blast, whatever it's called.
The polar vortex?
Yeah, they said it was hitting like Arizona, New Mexico. Like
I guess
the
that's
middle.
what we got. And then is that what swept over into like Florida and all those southern states?
Mm-hmm, I think so.
Okay.
What a mess.
Yeah, they are not prepared for it.
Well, and I mean, it's like burning on the other side of the...
It's true.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I had seen this post about how there was 3 amazing days that made perfect black ice over all the ponds, over a ton of the ponds here. So it was like really smooth skating. And someone wrote on it, enjoy the global warming. I'm glad you're enjoying. And it was like, no, they always freeze. They just were smooth.
Yeah,
and
it's also weather is not climate.
And that's what kills me is it's like going up to someone on a beach day and being like, enjoy global warming. Like they're like, no, it's the beach and it's always warm.
Yeah.
It just happens to be placid.
Yeah, but that's what you're going to get from all these southern states, right?
Yes.
Is like,
not understanding.
It's, they're never seen snow before in their lives and they get it and they're like, going to use it as proof. And it's like, well, that's fucking proof that something is going awry. The fact that you've never seen snow and you get it.
Right.
Means something's probably God fucking crazy.
That's what's so crazy is that then saying it about Maine and you're like, no, this
right.
place is always what? Yeah. By the way, when my parents got married, the original parents, Mary and Enrique, the OGs, it was in Miami and it snowed that day.
Oh. Now, was that a good
when hell freezes over?
When for hell free, I guess so.
That was the theme of their wedding. But yeah. So, Brendan, I certainly never like to take the lead, for fear of being hit. Let's start that rumor. But
listen, that's on you and David.
No, you.
Yeah, I know.
It would be great if David hits me when I take the lead on our podcast.
But you just do this on the podcast, and I'm like, I can see you.
Or his hand comes in.
No, but that international sign for help.
Totally, yeah. Like everyone can see. But yeah, today is a weird episode, but it's a fun one. But it's different. It's a departure. It's not the departure. By the way, kudos to me for knowing that that's the name of an episode. I've made strides. He's still trying to adjust his appearance. Not going to get any better, you know?
It's not. It really is the way God made me. It was on his rest day. It's like, that's why he looks like that. Try to get a good night's sleep, too. Let's see what my sleep score was quickly. You can take the lead.
I mean, do you see why I have to? My goodness. Okay. I only take the lead because it's an interesting one. And whenever something's scary, that's what I do, is just dive in and start talking about something I don't know about. I have nothing to say, just that I've really looked forward to this.
That's not a great way.
No, I know. I just have nothing. And that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to flail so that you'll save me. You know, I'm trying to
the damsel in distress.
The
this
survival.
is what you're doing.
Have you seen that alligators and crocodiles have now figured out how to make it look
like they're drowning?
Like they're drowning. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm a crocodile pretending
and I'm
drown.
Smart enough to know not to go save that crocodile.
Yeah, and you're not biting.
No. My sleep score, I guess my ring was dead. Okay, anyways. Oh, fuck. Almost drank spilled my coffee.
Oh, boy. Almost drank it, too.
I know. I'll need to go get more. Yeah. Well, you're taking the lead. I was going to say it, but you know what?
Okay, fine. I'm taking the lead. We have a guest that many people don't realize they have called for, they've asked for. They've said, bring on the gentleman.
Yeah, and it could have not been a gentleman, actually. I don't know if we ever said
true.
He or she.
I think, that's
no, we
true.
did. We said that, okay, yeah, it's the one they've all been waiting for.
But they don't know that they've been waiting for this particular person because we always kept it a mystery who it was about.
Right.
And now, is that terrible that he is just off the bat associated with a stripper? Depends who you ask.
And we don't even know because we have not even...
we haven't even gotten him to sign off on whether we're allowed to say that was him or not.
Yeah, this whole episode just might be like one for the cutting room floor.
Yeah, let's see. Do
Are we
you see why it's so hard to embark on this one? I'm drowning, help.
No, well, yeah, we're gonna... So, by way of introduction... I actually think it's going to be a fun episode because this is one of our best friends forever while we were in LA. It was one of my best friends. And obviously me and Majandra were hanging out all the time.
Excuse me, he was one of my very good friends. Thank you.
Yeah. He worked on the show, I think for 2 years. He didn't do the last season, maybe. We'll have to ask him. But, He knows a lot of behind the scenes. He knows he was there from, except the pilot, he was there for kind of the very beginning. And we have experienced a lot together, including this is the man that Majandra hired the stripper for. Mandy Moore's. No,
it wasn't Mandy's. Mandy
it was his birthday.
It was his birthday.
Where we broke Mandy Moore.
Yeah,
or
that's where we
but it was
we forced her to save herself. She stepped outside.
Little did we know an original song by her boyfriend would break her even more than
and may have been inspired
a stripper doing some things they learned in Thailand. So,
and I will say, how sweet of us to think that there was just like one level of stripping, you know, that it was just going to be like boobs and like someone like trotting around you. And then we were all just educated that night.
Yeah, we really set up our buddy.
Now, I will say this friend of ours, it's tough to remember. He was so in the fabric of our lives. It all sort of blends together. Work, social, everything.
Yeah, he's like not honorary even. He's like, we think of him as a cast member.
Exactly.
Like it's not like, oh, we literally think of him as part of the cast of Roswell.
So much so that sometimes some of us tried to make him part of the cast of certain things that we were on, and we'll let him talk about that. But he felt that much like a fellow actor.
When I got him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. Yes, we have to bring that up. What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, but I understand the instinct. He is so funny. He's so like a special character. It's a great look. Everything that you'd be like, this is a star. And we tried to force him to be one.
All right. Well, on that note, let's introduce someone you guys know nothing about, have never met. But I think it's going to be a real treat to go back down memory lane with all the stories about all this stuff. This is one of our best friends in the entire world, Mr. Scott Brown.
Wait, we're doing Scott today? Imagine.
You're like, I thought it was Nick.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm like, we thought of him like a Roswell cast member.
Listen, we try to make him a star.
We try to make him a star.
You can lead a fucking horse to water.
That's hilarious.
Hey!
Bingo, bango, bongo. How are you, buddy?
Good, pal. How you doing?
Good.
How do I make this, like, giant?
Brown, that's so good.
Okay, I've tried that. That's one of my impressions, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, I've been working on it. I've been working on it.
What are some other ones?
This was
like that in
this
Nicole
was Brendan
Kidman.
Fehr. I'm going to do Brendan Fehr real quick.
Wow, that is good.
There's Brendan Fehr.
But I'm not smiling when I do it.
Yeah.
No, you are not.
And you're like, it's just,
Anyway.
What is he doing? And all
I'll be in my trailer.
I'll be in my look. Get me a new hairstylist.
Yeah. But you are your hairstylist.
I don't let anyone else touch
exactly. I need someone else. Your setups are legit.
Brown, it's been a long road.
You should see what it really looks like.
Oh yeah, no, what are you in a basement or something? Like
I'm in my garage.
Dude, right next to the rack, just in case you need to fucking get a quick pump in. Just
off camera.
Come on, yay. Yeah. Got a special guest today. Guns.
These guns.
Did you buy tickets to the gun show?
Yeah, you guys weren't expecting that, but I got a little off-camera pump going on here.
Well, sir, this is a perfect way to start it off.
Yeah.
Because me and Majandra did a little intro earlier.
Okay.
And, discussing what we're going to talk about. And
I don't know if you know this, but we had Mandy Moore on.
I know her.
And Moron. She one of the things that we brought up, because I feel like the three of us, whether we meant to or not, like traumatized her inadvertently with your stripper party.
Probably. Yes.
Yeah. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, you were too busy with like labia removing dollar bills from your face, but she stepped outside.
Yes.
She went outside for the whole thing. So we had brought it up, blah, blah, blah. And she like kind of didn't even remember. So clearly it was traumatic.
I'm sure. Yeah. Black it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we beeped out your name. So every time we'd go Scott Brown, I'd go beep because, we didn't want to just put that out there without asking you,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
For all we know, you want to pretend that never happened as well.
How deep of a dive did you have to go? So remember he used to hang out with Wilmer. He was he was a brown guy. Anything?
Like,
do you remember?
We're like, do you remember his name? Yeah, it's just, that's right, that fella.
Oh,
no, she immediately remembered you. Obviously, she remembered you. But,
she didn't remember stripper.
But we bleeped out your name just because. But I am curious.
Go for it.
What your memory of this? Because you had no clue.
Well, first of all, are you okay with us outing you, Brown, as the guy whose birthday party it was?
100%. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thank goodness.
We got consent, people. We got consent.
So, this is the first time we've ever
did not
asked
have
for
consent.
She did not.
The stripper did not get consent from you, Brown. She didn't get consent from any of us.
No. So my birthday's in August, and this happened in September. So
Interesting.
I had no, like, it wasn't even in the realm of possibilities. Yeah. And that I would think anything was going on. Brendan said, we're going to Moe's. I think we're picking you up to do something.
To go to a strip club.
No, it wasn't even about, like, this had zero to do with my birthday. We're going to Moe's to pick up Mo. I'm dressed in like a freaking white t-shirt, like a white, like, V-neck t-shirt with sandals on. Like, I look like an idiot.
I'll never forget.
I don't know where we were going.
I'll never forget.
And the cargo shorts, yeah. And then Bren goes,
right.
shut up. And then Bren goes, she's not ready. We need to go inside. Something like that. And so I was like, okay, cool. So let's, and again, I know nothing. Even that I don't see any cars that are tipping me off. It's a complete, like, okay, we're getting Mo, we're going to go inside. She's running late, whatever. I get in there and it's happy birthday. And I'm like, what's
whose
happening?
Birthday?
Shit, Brendan, what did you walk me into? Whose birthday is this? Like, I had no idea what was going on. But I see, all of a sudden I see Wilmer, I see Mandy, I see Blake, Ryan, like Jasmine, who was my roommate at the time.
Mm-hmm. Jazz, right.
Jazz was there. Yeah. And then I think Justin was there. And then just a few more people. And I'm like, what's happening here? Then you guys are like, we're celebrating your birthday. It's a surprise party. I was like, okay. I had no idea. I had no clue. It was so, and then, Nick was there. Wexler was there. Oh, do we have to block that out? Is there?
No.
No, we've already exposed him as being in love with the waitress.
Yeah, the waitress.
That was the best part of it.
Feeling a connection.
Is that he fell in love with the waitress who then ended up being the stripper. That's the best part of the story.
Just hold off on that thought, Nick. Just give it some time. Let her serve some food. Let her get comfortable. Maybe get a little drink in you. Let's just hold off on making any moves on this.
I think I'm going to get her number. Just pause. Time out. Yeah, that was hilarious. That's the best part of that story is that Niho was like, yeah, later on he goes, dude, I liked her. I was going to ask her out.
Heartbroken over someone he's never met. I'm just like, dude, he just played out his whole life in front of him of like this idyllic like marriage and picket fence and
all planned out. He was like, that's the one. We have this great story. I met her at my buddy's surprise birthday party. She was serving drinks. This is going to be a great story.
Yeah.
And then
it ends in a spread eagle over your face.
That was so wild. That Brown, we were saying we felt changed, like we didn't know just how gnarly that could have gone. Like that was shocking. The picking up the dollar bills off your face with her vagina,
hitting me with my own belt, like stuff like that, like not okay. And I think and that was hilarious. Yeah. And Amanda was right to be like, she got out of there. Like, I wanted to join her. Like, are you kidding me?
It really was.
You were so not happy.
Yeah, I was like, no, what do we do? Why am I doing this in front of like all of my friends? This is so embarrassing.
It was
so
roast.
Embarrassing. It felt like a roast, like that I couldn't get out of. Like I was being told, sit down, and I'm like.
And we were loving that. We loved that you were stuck in the situation, and then it started to get
what awful.
It turned to a different gear that none of us were prepared for.
Yeah, so
now,
brutal.
I don't know if and Mo, you'll probably know more. I don't even know if I knew about I knew we were having a surprise party, but I don't know if even Majandra told me about like I think we got up there And she's like, that waitress is a stripper. Like, I ordered one. I don't know. And I was like,
well, I didn't know. So first of all,
I didn't even know
crazy.
coming into the party. I was like, oh. And I thought that'll be fun for him.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I found it, which just goes to show like a sign of the times. I found it in an actual newspaper. Like it was like went to the back, like circled it, like classifieds. And it was like exotic dancer. Like it was something that felt much more tame. And she showed up, and I don't know if you guys remember. I know her the way she looked, and her essence is forever imprinted in Nick's mind. But she had a very sort of like, she had like a very cute little not like these huge boobs. She seemed just like, she had
a real sweetness to her, like Emily.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
no.
I think she was like a blonde with a ponytail.
No. She had long brown hair, really little boobs. Like, like Brendan's like, she's blonde.
Blonde, big knockers.
What I remember.
Two sets of knockers. Like, we're like, oh, good God.
Just living in my own world. I just see it how I want to see it.
Exactly. No, she was like wayfish. Like, really
unassuming. She was very small. Yeah, she was petite for sure. I remember that.
Yeah, no, and like tiny little boot, like where you're like, oh, so when she showed up, it felt in keeping with what the classified ad said.
Right.
And then, it seemed like it started that way, and then it just took a turn. And did anyone think dim the lights? No. Brown is under like fluorescent lights, just in front of everyone. I
think it was still daytime. Like who wants to do that?
It felt like a real Guantanamo waterboarding.
Yeah.
Like just sitting there in a chair, just getting while everyone watches, and we're trying to get answers out of them. It was
a vagina
I'll tell you
boarding.
what you want to know. I'll tell you what you want to know. Like, Jesus.
Just ask me a question.
Somebody to ask me something.
Exactly. The capital of China. It's Beijing. Get me out of here.
I'm full of useless information. Ask me a question.
What I like too is that it was so clear a guy, aka Brendan, had prepped this whole thing in getting you there. Because when that door opened, Brown, and I'm there with all our friends, and you come in with what was literally a stained white shirt. Like you clearly had something before and it fell on the shirt.
Thank you.
The cargo and the
telling people. Yeah.
Probably Papa John's, the worst pizza ever.
The people need to know that's your buddy. That's on you, Brendan, to not be like, hey, man.
Well,
Absolutely.
I can't be like, when I pick them up.
Change the shirt maybe, bud.
But you say you're going somewhere with me.
I can't be, if he's, wherever I told him we were going, he's clearly comfortable wearing this. So now I can't.
You should have upped the level.
That's what he remember. That's what he put on, and that's what he kept on. So clearly, wherever I've told him we're going, he's comfortable wearing this, and I can't pick him up and go, you can't wear that, dude. You can't wear that, because it's going to ruin the whole fucking surprise.
I disagree. If you said we were going to a somewhat nice restaurant.
But why would we have ever gone to a somewhat nice restaurant?
You just put it on me. Like you said that I was late. Just be like, this bitch wants to go.
I guess so. But I was like, I'd rather not ruin the party. I was like, I got to let it. And then this is my other thing. I didn't know. I don't really believe I knew the stripper was happening. And so I just think it's all his buddies, right? Yeah. It's a surprise party and no one cares what he's going to wear at his, like, out of all of us. I didn't know it would turn into this.
Well,
moment in time.
The coincidence that you walked through the door, Brendan, dressed just lovely, is, I guess that just happened to be a day that you.
Well, I like to take care of myself.
Everybody there was dressed.
Wait, not everybody had the budget and the.
You did, Brown. You were the sharpest dresser out of all of us. So
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, he took a lot of clothes from the Roswell wardrobe department, but we're not going to say anything.
We've already admitted to it. They're already pressing charges.
Yeah. So, that was, that was brought up. That was one. And we just thought we were very scared not scared, but we were obviously hesitant to bring that up to Mandy, going like, is she going to be okay with this? And she blacked it out.
Yep.
And then she went into, I thought you guys were going to bring up when Wilmer sang me that original song for my birthday.
Oh my God.
Brown.
Were you guys there for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
What a thing to live through.
Ouch.
That has stuck with her.
Oh my, how couldn't it? You want to, like, that's her,
yeah.
like Guantanamo Bay right there. Like,
yeah.
she was on this little stagey type thing. I think we're in a restaurant or something, like something.
Yeah.
Some
like
little
a coffee
club or something.
shop just on Sunset.
Just across from Chateau Marmont, it was like that little coffee place, and it was too tiny.
But it was empty. There wasn't anyone else. It was a private room, it felt like.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it was just for her, and Wilmer had rented out the space or something like that.
I was so uncomfortable, but I was so happy that it was happening because it was so... I was like, this is going to go up there with one of the most awkward, top 5 in my life.
So awkward. Because the thing is, like, I mean, look, he was a young kid. I'm going to try to like help him out here.
You're going to try. What's the angle here, Brown? I loved every minute of it.
Oh, of course you did, because at that moment you probably were like, "Fuck that guy." Am I allowed to swear on this, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All the time.
No, we were still friends. We were still friends. Yeah, we hadn't. The last time I walked out of his trailer on the '70s show was the last time
after you made the joke about his sister.
Oh, it was about his sister? It was about... Yeah. What was the joke?
She said... What was the joke? All right, wait. First, I'm gonna do the story. Then I'm circling back.
Okay.
All right. So this story is, we were all in his trailer, in his room on the '70s show. They all had like these little bungalows and stuff. So we were in there, and it was crowded. There was like a bunch of people. We were all hanging out in there. You were in there, and his sister came in. And she said, and Wilmer was in there too, because
he was there with Mandy, and I thought I had made a comment about Mandy.
No, you made it about sister. So she came in, she was looking for a place to sit down, and you said, "Yeah, here we go." The Brendan Fehr charm. He goes, "You can sit on my face if you want," and that was it. And people were laughing. And she was not.
But we always did dumb stuff like that.
I mean, I knew what the punchline was just now before you said it.
As soon as I told you there was a crowded room and there was no place to sit down, you knew exactly what Brendan was going to say.
I'm sad I didn't say it first.
Yeah. So then, so everybody's laughing except her. Wilmer took offense to it, and I think either said something in the moment or later on. And he was like,
my sister doesn't sit on anyone's face but mine.
I think it was right there.
Yeah.
Because I remember going, dude, we make everyone makes inappropriate, like about mom's sister, like we all do it. Why is this such a thing right now? You're making a big deal. And we were already kind of on the outs. And that's when I went, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need this anymore. I was like, go fuck yourself. And I walked out. And I think I said sorry to Marilyn if it offended her and then walked out.
You're like, the offer still stands, though, Marilyn.
On the way out.
I mean, but it was so, like, we all hung out. Like, even if his sister wasn't, like, new walking in, like, not like we had met. Like,
she was part of the crew.
She was kind of part of the, so, is it appropriate? No, but it wasn't supposed to be appropriate, but it wasn't.
You were in a safe space. Like it was all we would just
always say
chuckleheads.
Shit like that.
We would always say shit like that. Like we said way
and
worse
it's also
stuff than
just
that,
so dumb too. Like it's a cliche. Like it's the it's such a bad T-shirt. It's like
it's just sitting there like, oh, this is it's on a tee, and you're just like, let me just rip that one for a single.
It's not clever.
No,
you know what I mean. Like,
and your dynamic with his sister was nothing but like love. Like it's not like she lived in some world where she had a crush on you or was scared of you or what. Like she was so chill and fun and had a great sense of humor. And I would appreciate that. But
was Mandy was there, and Wilmer had to kind of he had to look like kind of like he had to save face. Like, oh, this person just said this to my sister, my girlfriend's hit. Like, I think it was that. Anyway, let's circle on back to the song. So, yeah. So it was like the just lack of like awareness. Totally. Like, she's a professional singer.
I know.
She sells millions of records.
She's Mandy Moore.
She's Mandy Moore at this point, like at the peak of her power. And you're going to go, I'm going to dip my toe into your realm and show you like, hey, I can do this too. Bad idea.
It's like painting a picture for Salvador Dali. Going,
yeah, huh? Not bad, right?
It's so funny because Mandy was just like, she was so sweet and she was laughing, but she was like, he just didn't like, that is not my love language.
Yes, she was so sweet about it.
But they were too young to even know what love languages were. You know,
the other little, and we'll do one more, and then we'll get some of your, I don't know, thoughts and memories of working the show. And well, let's do that now. Wait, how many seasons did you do?
Okay,
the first two?
I only did season 1.
Okay,
Brad, it's so funny because you were so stuck in our lives. Like, we were so, like, Brown, that it just, I'm like, yeah, he was there the whole time.
Yeah, no. It's because during season 1, like, we just bonded. We were all kind of around. I was older than you guys by about, like, I think I'm like 5 years older than Brendan, maybe. And
that's so wild, Brown.
I'm probably like 8 or 10 years older than you or something like that. But like, Jason was a little young, like Jason was our age, but we didn't really hang out. But Nick is our age, so we all just like became friends. And especially me and Brendan, like Brendan was my best friend for fucking years. And we did everything together. Like Brendan taught me how to third wheel. Like, I was the original third wheeler. Like, you two would be dating, and I would. It wasn't even a question of if. It was, hey, Brown's coming with. Like, and it was like, yeah. It didn't matter. I was the original third wheeler.
What's so interesting is that I absolutely, like, I think I thought you were my best friend.
Majandra thought I was third wheeling it.
No, I thought I was making you. No, but I thought I was like, forcing you to come, Brown. I'm like, just make sure, Brendan doesn't annoy me too much. Like, it's so funny.
You were the
I just
buffer.
feel like, the buffer, exactly. I mean, it's so true though. And it never even occurred to me, like, this is a third wheel. Like, it just was like, this is the crew.
I mean, it never, like, I was that forever, and it was never a thing. Like,
never. Did anyone ever say that, though? I'm like, when something just hits you, or I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. Because it's true. Like, the three of us were always together.
Yeah. It just, I don't think anyone ever said no.
Like, no one was like, oh, like, don't you want to,
have that, just like, even when you guys broke up and he would date other people, like, I was, it didn't matter. It was still me, Brendan, and whoever else he dated. It didn't matter. Like, we were that tight. I moved this guy like 5 times in LA. Like, I moved him all over the place. But it was off of just that one season. It was just season 1 I did.
So amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's crazy too.
Here we are,
Brown,
like,
and then also
25 years later.
Yes. And then you and I, and that's how I think also I've like rewritten history. I'm like, no, he was my best friend. I'm like, no, you were always with me when I was dating new people. But then we have had our own things, sans Brendan. Like, we've had, like a ski, like, you were my fucking bridesman, Yeah. It's just crazy. And it's like one season on Roswell.
I wasn't even invited to the wedding.
No, you were not.
I did want you to give me away.
Or the ski trips. You weren't even invited to those.
I wasn't invited to the ski trips either.
Sorry.
Buddy, you're an acquired taste. Like, listen, like, I got a palate for you that It never ends. But you are an acquired taste for some.
Oh, yeah. It's
By the way,
so wild.
Yeah.
But now, Brown, do you feel like we were a negative for your career on Roswell?
So, no. Like,
okay,
would I go, hey, but part of the reason I wasn't asked back or fired for a lack of a, it probably wasn't asked back, was I think my closeness. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. There was an incident at the end of the season, and then also my closeness to you guys, I think, was detrimental to my coming back. Like as ads, and I'm an ad. Like, if you don't want your PAs to have power over you, like,
right?
And that would scare them. Like, there was a first AD who, I don't know if we've named name. Are we naming names?
But we love Lou, though.
Wouldn't it be great if that's our imitation of Connie?
But he didn't like if it got to a point where everybody on all the actors, you, Jason, Brendan, Nick, Katie, if you all we want Brown, and it doesn't matter. Like, and you guys went to Kadam's or whoever, somebody else, above him, then he would feel like he doesn't have power over me.
Yeah,
he couldn't tell me what to do, and that creates a hostile
power struggle.
Working
and also Kadam's probably wouldn't do that because he's like, I can't undermine my first AD like that.
Of course, yeah.
Like, that's not going to be a well-run, cohesive, efficient set.
Now that's if you're coming from a place of insecurity, which most people are. But the irony is that is such a positive because you had such an ability to wrangle us and be like, dude, deal or whatever. Like, go, like Majandra.
Like,
why do you take such long shits?
Now.
Yeah,
exactly.
You could like every other PA had to be professional, right? Like, hey, sir, could you come out of your trailer? Like, they're ready for you, like Majandra, where you could be like, dude, you got to get the fuck out now. Like, you're killing us. And we'd be like, oh, he's mad. Like, oh shit, okay, I got to go.
But whereas even
if another
Brown
PA talked to me that way, I'd be like, fuck off.
But the thing is, though, Brown is so not the type to talk like that. And that's the power that he held, is he could just be like, Mo, go. We've got to go. Or like, excuse me, ma'am, it's time to go. And I'd be like, okay. Like, if it's Brown, I'm going to listen. And that's, I guess, a bad thing.
But that's, well, no, that's a good thing. But like, you got to, I mean, I guess they don't think of it like that. They just think like, oh, if he even has this power over that. And Lou didn't. Lou could be like, hey, let's go. But you would be like, okay, yeah, maybe give me a second. Like, but if he can't even drive you guys to move.
Well, he's also not in trailer land, which is where you guys were always dragging us away from,
Correct.
But I would definitely see it as a positive. I'd be like, oh, this guy has like the magic touch. Let's keep him forever because these kids are unruly.
So there was something that you kept, do you have some lyrics for us? Do you have something?
I do. Okay. My boy, Ryan, chimed in. So here we go. I'll sing a little bit of it, kind of the way Will probably would have sang it.
Oh.
Love is always patient and kind. Love is always. I don't know the rest of it, but
love is
always patient and kind are some of the lyrics. and it was just Mayday, Mayday, I'm going down. SOS, Mayday. Like, so bad.
No hook. So
bad. No. Oh, wait. Let me actually.
And he's also kind of asking you during the song to please be patient with him as he sings.
Because this is love and it's patient and
please be patient
please be kind. Please be kind. Oh man!
Ooh.
Don't rewind.
So rough. Yeah, exactly. Do not ask me to sing this again. Do not.
Oh.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. But yeah, there it is. Love is always patient. Like, listen, He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Don't rewind is my favorite.
He's not wrong.
Please don't listen back. Oh, man.
The other story that Mo just reminded me of while we were in the intro was,
well,
we were always looking out for you.
But
and like
also,
you said,
Brown,
you were always around.
And you've always been a star to us, as you know.
What's that?
We thought you had something to offer the world.
In your comedic sensibilities, your good looks, everything.
Oh boy.
We're like, this
Here we
is a
go.
star.
I know exactly where this is going. I know exactly what we're talking about right now. Bring it. Let's go.
So
take it away.
Yep,
would you like to start, Brown?
Yeah, no, I will start because I know exactly what you're talking about. So Brendan gets Biker Boys.
Brendan gets this very exciting movie too, like Lawrence Fishburne.
No,
this is big.
Yeah, it was big.
Lisa Bonet, Lawrence Fishburne, Kid Rock,
Megan Good, everybody.
Megan Good, like all the Terrence Howard.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, it was. He was. Yeah, he dies right in the beginning or what. Yeah, it was a big fun cast. Anyways, so I get the role.
Right, and it's motorcycles and probably like I'm sure whoever made it was thinking this could be a Fast and the Furious type of franchise.
Yeah.
So Bren gets this, very excited by it, reads the script, and sees that there is a Latino character. And as he reads the script, he goes, "This is Brown. This is Brown." So,
by the way, not wrong. Like, great instinct.
So Derek Luke had the role already, and then I had the role of stuntman, and so there was not the third wheel, but the third person in our little group was a Latino character, right. Primo,
cousin.
What's up, cuz? Right. So so Bren reads it, thinks of me, goes, "Brown, this is you." He even told me, he goes, "Listen, there's this part in this movie. This guy reminds me so much of you. He talks like you. Like, this is you. Would you audition for this part?" And I
was like, "I will get you an audition for this. I will make sure they see you."
And I want you to know, Brown, me, my mom, my sister, everyone's like, "Yes, of course." This feels like the most...
lot of support.
Yes, destined, like finally, we all need to step aside and let the true star come forward.
Here he comes.
This felt like fate and destiny. It felt like...
it was finally happening.
Everything...
aligning. It's all aligning.
100%.
The stars, the planets, everything was aligning. This was going to be the thing that shows the world, hey, here I am. Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at my buddy. So Bren goes, "Yeah, would you do it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, great." So you get me the audition with whoever's casting it. I go over the lines. We actually did like a little rehearsal, me and Bren.
Yeah, and the Griffith Park Boulevard apartment.
Right. Correct. And look, I need to throw this in though. This is a facade.
This is a good thing to throw in.
Yeah, no, this is the perfect time to tell people. I am Puerto Rican. I do not speak Spanish. And I was adopted. My parents are white. I'm if you cut me, it's white skin underneath. I mean, I am
coconut.
Completely like
you're a coconut.
I'm a coconut. Yeah. So there are some Spanish phrases, some Spanish dialogue in this.
He's primo. Yeah, exactly.
He's primo. I mean, even the name primo.
Yeah, it's right there on the paper.
It's not.
But what's interesting though, Brown, is that so you didn't grow up in like Puerto Rican culture or any Spanish, Latin, Hispanic
suburbs.
But you are an excellent actor. I mean, just naturally.
Like you mimic, like look at your impression earlier on.
Like you can do Wilmer, you can do me, you can do Brendan.
If only you had gotten like Planet of the Apes, we'd be having a different story.
I disagree, though. I feel like it's still there. It just goes to show how much it's like but anyway, let's not interrupt your story.
Right. So
I don't want to tip
again. So So Primo has some Spanish that I need to work out. So me and Brendan are rehearsing this. He's like, "Yeah, sounds good."
Not the person. Either
not the person. Not the person. I need to.
I am not.
I actually should have been rehearsing with Majandra,
100%,
who actually could help me. But Brent's like, "Oh yeah, no, good."
He's like, "I dated her for a while. I got this."
Yeah,
it's like the same thing.
No, sounds good, bud. Sounds good. Okay, yeah. Going over it with the Canadian. Hey, bud, sounds good. So I go into this. I go to the audition. I go to the bathroom right before I go in, and I do the very like splash the water in my face, like looking in the mirror as I'm in the like bathroom, and I'm like, this could like change your life. This could be the day that like yeah, I know, dude. I'm building this up so bad.
No,
and I'm like, this could be the day. Here we go, game time. Let's do this. Feeling good. Go out. Go into the audition. Sit down. Hi, Scott Brown. I said, and you're friends of Brendan? Is that? Yep. Friends of Brendan. Are you an actor? No. Don't. Do you have a headshot? Nope. No headshot. He just thought I'd be right for the role. So that's what I got. That's what I got. He thought I'd be right for the role, so I'm here to read for it. Okay, great. Okay, let's read. We read. The scene is Primo. You guys are in the diner, and Primo's talking about. I can't remember what he's talking about. He's talking about some other like group, some other like biker gang that like something. And again, Spanish words. And I am just so bad. It's so bad. I'm like, yes, but the Los Gatos Manadistos, like, and it's when I tell you,
I think it was the Vaqueros, Los Vaqueros.
And you start to pronounce it with a Canadian accent.
But I'm saying it like this is again Primo is his name.
Yeah,
and I'm saying this like. Los Vaqueros, ¿cuántos años niños? El baño.
Biblioteca.
Hamburguesa con leche? And, I mean, she goes, okay, great, thank you. And I'm out. I mean,
Brown has never been more white than you were in that moment.
Big time. Like
you turned into Paul Giamatti.
It was so bad. But
I'm surprised it didn't cost me the role after they're
like, this guy has.
I'm surprised you didn't get like a little talking to, like, come on.
Don't ever do that again.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. I know he's your friend. You mean well. This isn't the place. He's not ready. Like, but you know what's because when I do like stupid little things, I create a character. I didn't create a character because he told me it's me.
Yes, exactly.
He was like, "Oh, this is you, bro." So I went in.
We all told you it was you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then but I should have. I should have.
And it's hard to play yourself. Like if someone's like, "Play you," I'd be like, "What? Wait, what? What is that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like we should have been like, Brown, go in there and almost like offensively play like a Latin man. Do you know what I mean? Like offensively be like, Los, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And
you needed that Zorro. You needed that Zorro.
That would have been fantastic.
You know, energy.
Yes.
I should have just showed up with the full costume. Mask. Hat, sword, the bandanos, I should have just caved the whole thing.
Cardinal Montalban. Just like,
we shall be biker boys.
Prepare to die. We're like, no.
It's not on the script.
Just gets his own franchise. Some sword-wielding samurai biker kid.
Exactly.
It was so...
Call me Machete of the biker boys.
I remember too, Brown, when the incident happened, it was so deflating for all of us because we were like, that's right. That is this business. Like, that is why auditioning sucks. Like, this is what happens to all of us.
And I felt horrible because, like, I was successful doing it for a living, but when you bomb at something that you really want or it doesn't go your way, I know intimately what that feels like walking out of that room and just like getting in your car, just going, what just happened?
Yeah.
But we're like built for it, right? Like we've built up a tolerance for it. We've done it for a living. We know how to kind of mentally handle it for the most part. But that happening for the first time is like, this guy doesn't have the tools to deal with it.
Also, being the person that like made that happen to your friend.
Yeah, there's a guilt factor for sure.
Like for sure. You're like, sorry.
I think there should have been an embarrassment factor. Like, I mean, you didn't get to see it. Like, if you'd have saw it, you'd have been like,
but the thing is, though, Brown, it's so what happens, like from time to time, like where you go and you have something down pat and then like something goes wrong neurologically and it just is a bomb.
Well, I think I did
and you feel like you took a shit on the floor.
I think I did see it while we were rehearsing. But
it was too late. You already made the
no, but it was one of those things where I'm not a big rehearsal guy. Like I will go 50%. Like if the camera's not rolling, I can't like get into it. Like that's kind of my cue to then fall into it. And so you kind of go through the motions and you're kind of thinking about little beats and all this stuff and trying to get a feel for the character. And then once the camera's rolling, fully immerse yourself. And even if I try, I just have something in my brain holds me back if the camera's not rolling. Like I'm going to give the performance of a lifetime while the camera's not rolling and kind of, use it all up in that moment. So I just thought while we were going over it, like he's probably, he's got some inhibitions doing it with his pal and he's not going full out and he doesn't know the words. He doesn't have the script down, but he'll memorize that. But once he's in the room, he'll kind of be free to really,
explore the space.
To explore the space, just to
get playful,
just to soar. You know what I mean? Just to spread those wings. And just the freedom of circling and just understand. And I think I was just an eternal optimist about it, just really hoping that was the case.
Look,
it's so funny because there wasn't a doubt in a lot of in our minds where we were like, oh yeah, this is a perfect fit.
Yeah, no one was like, Bren, this is a bad idea. Everyone was just like, yeah, I was like, look at the sides, look at this, look at the character. This is the guy.
And then it happened and you came out, you're like, I bombed. And we were like, oh, right. That's right.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't bomb. You don't have tools. And
no, but also even people with tools, like you just bomb. Like, it's wild.
It's my first and only audition. And it was like, ooh, okay. But what was so great is the casting lady who's just like, okay, great. Thank you. Like, just you've wasted my time enough. Like, thank you so much.
We get that all the time.
Really?
It's the same for us.
Oh, it's the worst.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We go, okay. That's it.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, exactly. Everything's going to feel great.
Not what we were looking for, but thank you so much.
She just hands you a card and she just hands you a card. It's like of a therapist. Like, you're going to need this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free.
This is some trauma.
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with.
Do you ever maybe want to be an AD or makeup or something?
Did you go to school?
Yeah. Do you have a degree?
Yeah.
Oh, no
Anything
degree.
Else to fall back on?
Yeah, exactly. Your parents have money?
Yeah. Anything? How do you feel about craft service? It is It is so crazy that we did that to you, Brown. And I mean,
I listen. I thought it was gonna I was amped up to this was gonna be the role. This was gonna be the start of something.
Yeah,
and it wasn't. It really wasn't. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood.
Well,
that's the biz. That's the biz.
I mean, come on.
In this whole podcast, whatever, just having to face things from the past, Brown.
Oh, wait, what?
Whoa. What are we?
Whoa. I'm like, I've loved you this whole time.
Wait, is this a diary entry?
I've been waiting. I'm like, dear diary, it's been Scott Brown all along. No, I was going to say that one of the things I've been doing is looking through like old pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a bevy of not just pictures, but also I brought a camcorder like a mother, like truly like as if Brendan was my bebe, and recorded the paintball party.
Oh,
remember the paintball party? And then remember his ice skating party?
Yes.
So for his ice skating party, Paul Sugarman, hockey. It sounds so like your figure skating party.
Sequins and
exactly.
I remember my outfit. It was all sequins. It was blue.
Yeah. My theme was but so for the skating party, remember how Paul Sugarman got naked and went out on the ice? I don't have that footage for some reason. Obviously, that was taken. But I have the paintball one, and it's fucking hilarious. I'm going to send it to you. You guys are so amped up.
Because that was so much fun. And I remember, like, we played. We rented out the whole place. And then at the end, he was like, all right, we're going to do, I think it was called Gauntlet or something like that. And and Brendan goes, me and Brown, because it was him, but he had to have someone else with him. And he was like, Brown, and it was us. We went to the middle of the course, and everybody else were on both sides. So me and Brendan were back to back, and it was everyone else, and they shot us until we couldn't take it anymore. And it was just like, go. And just, and we're just holding on for dear life, and we're getting pelted. And it's just like, okay. I mean, like, going with you was probably a worse idea than doing the audition. Like,
again,
we got
there's
so
seems to be
hammered.
A theme here.
So hammered.
Yeah, your birthday party too.
It was a big time.
And these are your friends. These are the friends you invited. Yeah,
dude, welts everywhere. I mean, we got so hammered because it was just go until you can't take it anymore, and we just had welts everywhere.
Yeah, I have photos of the ice skating party where I have my jersey on, and me and you were fighting at center. You have your Blackhawks jersey on, so we'll post some of those as well. But I got the cake, Majandra, that you made for me.
For the paintball one? That was paintball. The woman?
The woman. Oh, that was paintball? I have that. The Cookie Monster one was the...
that was the ice skating. And now, okay, so what's interesting, first of all, in the paintball video and pictures, Nick has that... the like crop top. Do you remember that?
He's got like the 80 netted crop top basket, like football. You know,
like a lace, like a mesh. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And like I'm filming him and he's like, my eyes are up here. Like it's so perfectly Nick. But then you guys go out for like a new round, right? It's really interesting. I'd say 80% of the people, I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
My agents were there. It's probably there. It was like Will, Bernie.
That makes sense.
There was I think Froberg was there. So it was a bunch of my agents that were there as well.
Dude, imagine like you're his agent and he's like, yeah, come to my birthday party at paintball. Like these guys are like probably 40, 50 years old. And they're like, oh God, I got to go play paintball.
I think they were in their 30s. I think they felt like that, but I think they were in their 30s.
I love that the reveal is basically a bunch of agents got around you guys and shot the shit out of you at the end.
Yeah, no, they beat the crap out. Like they just...
Yeah.
And then remember you also did like the NBA All-Star.
Yeah, in Washington.
In Washington. You know where I'm going with this.
So this will be the last. So we didn't. Brown's never had a drop of alcohol in his life, right? Still.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I didn't drink at the time at all. And we had flown to Washington for the basketball game, played in the celebrity basketball game, and we were on our way back going home. We were in first class.
Quickly, let me just insert quickly. Brendan made a fool of himself in the slam dunk contest, like a complete fool of himself. Go on.
Oh, I don't remember that. I can't
You don't
even
remember
slam
that?
dunk.
No, but they had lowered rims, and you went to
like
it's
to
bad.
hear.
Anyhow,
No.
Go on. Yeah.
So we're wiped out. We've kind of go ahead.
It was like 3 days. I think that's what it was.
But like it was late nights partying. It was a whole
party all night. Yes.
Great.
No sleep.
So we're sitting in the plane, and we're on, and we're just kind of like, oh, like it's that decompression. And we're flying across the country, so you got like a 5.5 hour flight, and we're tired, and I put like a blanket over top of me. And I made
this is exciting.
I made a joke about like going to sleep but popping a boner, and like I don't know if I put my finger under there or put a pen under there.
No,
yeah.
it was that, but we were sitting in the emergency exit seat. So you go,
oh,
what if like we're going down and I'm asleep and I have a boner and people have to like get past me because you were on the window side and you're like, people have to get past me.
What can I say? I'm a prepper. Yeah. I'm just preparing for all.
And I got a boner, and we died laughing. Like we couldn't stop laughing. And we just kept adding on to it.
Goofiness.
Oh, just delirious.
And then we got kicked out.
Yeah, and then and so we were laughing so hard, we were crying. And the plane hasn't even taken off yet. But we were dying laughing at the thought of this. And the stewardess comes over and she's like, you guys okay? And we're like, oh yeah, no, we're good. But we kept laughing. And she thought we were like drunk and just annihilated. And so she asked us to move seat because we were in the emergency exit. And we were like, are you kidding? We're like probably the most sober people on this plane. Like neither one of us drink. And she's like, you got to move. And we were laughing at that. Like, we thought that was hilarious. So we got kicked out of that. I hear you said that like this is the last story, but my God, man, we have so many.
Oh,
but one of the greatest ones was, remember when we saw that movie? We were in the movie theater. We have to tell that. It was
Brown. Hold on, because I have a movie theater story about the three of us too.
Yes.
Is it different?
I think it's probably the same one.
Is this the same one? Okay.
What movie is it?
So I've finally released myself from the shackles that was dating Brendan, and have moved on with a person that I had no business dating. It was just sheer desperation. And I'm on a date with him. Is this the same story?
Finding Neverland.
Wait, if it's Finding Neverland.
No. This is later. Mine is later. Mine's like a year later or something. But go ahead.
Finding Neverland.
Dude. But okay, you tell yours, and then
mine was later, like a year later. You know, I'm finally like, okay, I'm growing up. You know, whatever. I'm on a date, and I'm acting like an adult. I'm doing great for the day.
Right.
And they play a trailer of that Steve Martin Queen Latifah movie.
Okay. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, oh, kind of rolling their eyes. And there's just this one like scene where he wakes her up and she's like, who's there? And like by accident, like hits his balls.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking lose it laughing. I'm the only one except two guys like somewhere to my left. And the three of us are like, oh, like, just having such a great reaction. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And I look and it's you two.
You're like, my luck couldn't be any worse. Like,
and also just like, who am I kidding?
Right, exactly. It was meant to be. The three of us was meant to be.
This is my humor.
Oh.
It's just so. Okay,
Dude.
so wait, what was the? Oh yeah, that's.
We were in Finding Neverland, and it is the
it's the end. He's in bed, like she's in bed, or he's in bed dying.
Yep.
Dying.
Yeah, she's dying. Yeah,
she's dying.
This
Spoiler
is
alert.
yeah, exactly. Sorry. And it's just the place. There's tears. People are crying. It's
the movie has been wonderful. This is it. And like the whole movie theater is entranced, enthralled. You get
it's got
this is such a good moment.
Johnny Depp is leaning in. It's the mother's last, words or whatever. She's passing out. It's quiet in the theater, and some guy yells out,
"Put it in her ass!"
That's what it is. And then right behind that, you hear a female voice going, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And so we heard it, and me and Brendan looked at each other like, "What an idiot!"
Yeah, like we were so upset. We look at each other like, this fucking guy.
Yeah, what a dickhead. But then, at the same time, we're not saying anything, but both of us are thinking the same thing. And I look up, and we just started kind of laughing a little bit, and then we just kept whispering what if he does that? What if he does that in every movie? And she just she told him so we start creating this backstory. She's like, "Hey, we're going to see Finding Neverland. Now I know this is your thing. I know you do this in every movie.
Please, not today.
I would love it if he invites her to the movies and she's like, I'm not going to do it again. Because you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it. You're gonna yell it out. And I'm not gonna do it again. He's like, babe, I won't. I promise. I swear I won't. And then it's just like, you promised me. And he's like, yes.
And she's like,
and makes it to the whole movie.
Made it the whole movie.
And just at the end, he's just fucking Lucy pulling the brown out from, and just the resignation.
That's what I was just going to say.
Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just like, I did it again. I fell for it again. He's every time.
I fucking knew it.
The funniest thing. And then we were just going back and forth. And we were laughing so hard, you would just hear pieces of he did it again. And we would just be dying, because we couldn't finish the sentence. And
we ended up being more distracting than that.
Oh
because
my God.
We couldn't keep it together.
We couldn't stop laughing.
To this day, when I really go back in my brain and hear it and listen to it, I will tear up and it's probably the most iconic, funny thing I've ever experienced based on me being so angry initially, not finding it funny.
We're
going,
fucking idiot,
no, dude. This, wanting to almost I gotta confront him after.
Yeah,
and then
not the time, pal.
Wanting to be his best friend,
and wanting to know everything about this guy. Totally, buddy. Do you do this everywhere? What are you seeing next? What are you going to see next? Because I want in on it.
Let me know when you're coming back. Yeah.
My version was I always used to pull the Goodwill Hunting on Brown.
It's not your fault.
I used to always hug him and hold on to him in public places and just whisper and say it's not your fault over and over again while people walked by us.
It's not your fault. And I'm like, just get off of me. And he's like,
and he would start off laughing and then he would get angry. And I was like, perfect. If I get past the anger and he starts laughing again, then I've made it. And they lasted a long time.
Oh, dude. And he would just hold, because he's bigger than me, and he would just hold on to me. And I'd be like, he'd be like, it's not your fault. I'd be like, oh, fuck it. I'm in this. No, he got me and it would be funny. And then after a while, you're like, Brendan, no, there's girls around. He's like, it's not your fault. And he'd be like, oh, get off of me.
Yeah, that was funny. Wrote it to the very end.
Oh,
Do
sorry.
you guys remember that restaurant that we would always go to? And then I don't know what happened, but the last time I went, they came over at Café du Village and they were like, "Can you guys please be quiet?" Because we were laughing too hard. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, we always...
It was so crazy. We were laughing about the whole, like, you know, Johnny episiotomy
Oh,
name.
Yeah. My porn name.
Porn name.
But, like, it was so, and I feel like it wasn't that we... It wasn't that we were that loud that time. I think he had just finally had it, where he was like...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And then the craziest fucking thing where you're like, how on earth? But decades later, I go with a friend in Los Angeles to take a tennis lesson. And he's our fucking tennis teacher. The French guy from Café du Village. And he's like, I remember you. And he remembered me as the person that was always with these two fuckers that were always laughing too hard.
You guys turned our restaurant into like a fucking
mockery.
daycare. It was a daycare.
It was still the best fries and steak and fries of all time with that bordelaise sauce.
And
Is that the
poached
place
salmon.
that we had your birthday at one point, Bren?
It was on Larchmont, French restaurant,
I don't
Café du
think we had
Village.
my birthday
okay.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that place. That place was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that place
Yeah.
was so great. Yeah.
All right.
So many
Well,
stories.
This was awesome, Brown.
Yeah.
There's
was-
got to be like a part two. Let's get a
I
part
know.
two going on too.
Totally.
Right.
Oh,
Totally.
so funny. Well,
that
Thank you
was-
so much,
yeah,
Brown. That was
That was
awesome.
well worth it. I'm glad. I like the memories, the reinforcement, and or the making it clearer, because mine's not so good.
yeah.
I know that right after we get off of this, you're going to go out to the basketball hoop and just start trying to work on your...
Yeah. At my age.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
the case.
Just shred both hammies. Oh! Yeah,
All right.
well, it was great seeing you guys. This is awesome. Love
This
catching
was
up.
so fun, Brown.
Yeah,
Thank you.
totally.
Thank
No
you very
problem.
much
Thank
for
you
this.
for having me. Do you guys do this? Thanks, everyone. X.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that. X.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
Yes.
The X-Files with Majandra Delfino,
When Brendan Fehr is a production of Portholes Inc. Media.
edited and mixed by Stephen Wells.
Theme music by Fred Corey.